At 9 months pregnant, I suddenly felt my baby stop moving inside me. I rushed to the hospital for an emergency C-section. When I woke up, my mother-in-law Martha happily told me I had given birth to a big, healthy boy. Meanwhile, my recently divorced sister-in-law Lily had delivered a stillborn baby on the same day. After that, Lily became extremely attached to my son. She was so good to him that before I died, I left all my inheritance to them. But they told me that the stillborn baby was actually mine, and the child I had poured my heart and soul into raising for 18 years was actually Lily's. When I opened my eyes again, I had returned to the day I first noticed my baby had stopped moving. I quickly adjusted to the fact that I had been reborn. Lying in bed, I placed my hand on my swollen belly, my heart heavy with grief. Hearing Martha push open the bedroom door, I quickly closed my eyes. Suddenly, Lily's anxious voice rang out. "Mom, my stomach hurts so bad. Do you think I'm going into labor today?" Martha immediately scolded her. "Keep your voice down. Don't let her hear you." Lily fell silent, but soon began moaning in pain again. "Mom, it's starting again. I can't take it. Oh Lord, you can't give birth now. It has to be on the same day as her. Remember?" My heart skipped a beat. So they had planned this all along. But what shocked me even more was what I heard next. "Mom, with all those drugs you've been giving her, is the baby really dead?" I felt like a knife had been plunged straight into my heart. Gritting my teeth, I listened to Martha's confident reply. "If it's not dead, it won't survive long after birth anyway. That's what happens when you're carrying a girl." No wonder. My baby had always been perfectly healthy. Just last month at my checkup, the doctor said everything looked great. I never imagined it would suddenly stop moving like this. I wanted nothing more than to kill them right then and there. "Ah, Mom, I can't take it anymore. The pain is unbearable. I really think I'm going into labor. Please, do something. Make her go to the hospital to give birth today too." "All right, I'll give her the abortion medication now." I clenched my jaw, fighting the urge to tear them apart. Even now, I couldn't understand why they would do this to me. I had been nothing but kind to Lily. When she got divorced while pregnant, I immediately invited her to live with us, not wanting her to be alone. Every prenatal vitamin and supplement I took, I made sure Lily had too. I even helped prepare her hospital bag and bought a set of baby clothes and diapers for her child. But I never imagined she and Martha had been plotting together all along to kill my baby and have me raise Lily's child instead. I couldn't fathom why. My baby was Martha's own flesh and blood grandchild too. Why would she want to kill it just to have me raise Lily's baby instead? In my past life, I suddenly developed cancer. Was that related to them as well? After all, Martha had prepared all my food and drinks. The more I thought about it, the more horrified I became. Just then, Martha pushed open the bedroom door, carrying a glass of milk. Her face was beaming like a chrysanthemum. "Chloe dear, wake up and have some milk." Looking at that wrinkled old face, I wanted nothing more than to slap her hard. But I couldn't. Not yet. I would make them pay for everything they owed me. Slowly and painfully, I carried the milk into the living room. Lily's face was deathly pale. "Good. I hope the pain kills you. Chloe, hurry and drink it before it gets cold," Lily urged. I set the milk aside and stood up with a smile. My stomach feels a bit off. "I don't want milk. I'm craving some steamed buns from that shop down the street." "Absolutely not." Martha and Lily cried in unison. Martha reached out to stop me. I shoved her hand away. I wasn't going to the hospital today no matter what. Let's see what they could do about it. "Mom," Lily suddenly let out an agonized scream. Her skirt was soaked through. Her water had broken. Martha's face turned ghostly white. Just as I was about to gloat, Martha suddenly shoved me hard. My belly slammed into the ground. Blood gushed between my legs. The pain made me black out. When I came to again, it was just like in my past life. Martha's face was wreathed in smiles as she cradled a tiny infant. "Chloe, look, you've given birth to a big, healthy boy. He's so adorable and chubby. You did so well, Chloe," she cooed, placing the baby in my arms. Lily suddenly rushed over and snatched the baby from Martha. "Mom, let me hold him for a bit." Her face was deathly pale and she staggered as she clutched the tiny infant tightly to her chest. Martha quickly smacked Lily on the shoulder. "This is your nephew, Chloe's baby. She hasn't even held him yet. What are you thinking? Go lie down." But Lily refused to let go. She gave me a pitiful look. "Chloe, my baby was stillborn. I'm heartbroken. Please, just let me hold him for a little while." "Don't worry about a thing, Chloe. You just rest. I have milk, so I can feed him if he gets hungry." I stared at her coldly. She was so considerate. In my past life, I had been deeply touched by how thoughtful she was being. I even sent a delivery service to buy her lots of nutritional supplements, and gave her an expensive gold necklace as a thank you gift. Now I realized how blind I had been. The intense maternal love in her eyes as she gazed at the baby was so obvious. How did I not see it before? Even if I had noticed, I would have assumed she was just transferring the love for her lost child onto my baby. Looking back, I was such a fool. Seeing that I didn't object to Lily holding the baby, Martha quickly chimed in with a smile. "Lily, Chloe has been so good to you. Everything you've eaten, worn, and used during your pregnancy was from her. You'd better take good care of your nephew from now on." Lily nodded vigorously. "Of course, Chloe. Don't worry about a thing. I'm happy to hold him all day long. Once you've recovered, you can go back to work without any worries. I'll take care of the baby, and Mom will handle the cooking. We'll be your support system." Martha eagerly agreed. I dug my nails into my palms, fighting the urge to slap their shameless faces. They really had it all figured out. I wanted nothing more than to demand a paternity test right then and there to expose their lies. But when I saw the look of utter adoration on Lily's face as she gazed at the baby, I changed my mind. I knew that this traumatic birth had left me completely infertile. In my past life, I was never able to get pregnant again. Since Lily was so willing to give me her biological child, I would raise him as my own right in front of her eyes. I would make her watch as her son became mine, until the pain was unbearable. Soon, my husband Lucas rushed back. He hugged me tightly, his face full of concern and gratitude. "Oh honey, you've been through so much." I clung to him and burst into heart-wrenching sobs. In my past life, Lucas had been in a terrible car accident while rushing between business trips to provide for us. He needed an urgent heart transplant. I had scraped together $500,000 for the surgery with great difficulty, but Martha secretly took the money to buy the baby a grand piano instead. The delay in getting the surgery caused Lucas to die in the hospital. I could never understand how Martha could be so heartless towards her own son. She knew that money was meant to save his life, yet she stole it anyway. In this life, I would not let that tragedy repeat itself. I also needed to uncover whatever sinister plot was behind all this. Lucas cradled the baby, jokingly saying to me, "Honey, did you have an affair or something? This kid doesn't look anything like me or you." Martha and Lily's faces instantly drained of color. I secretly rejoiced. I deliberately laughed and said to Lucas, "You're right, he doesn't look like either of us. Should we get a paternity test?"